Hi, I'm Pat Riddle. I wanted to tell you about today's products, which are 2 books that changed my life that I highly recommend for you to read. I told you earlier that I would tell you why I'm blessed to have Parkinson's. And the reason I'm blessed to have Parkinson's is I became a Christian until I was at least 60 years old, and older than that even. And I came to Christianity as a skeptic until I read these 2 books. I stumbled on the first book. It's called Mere Christianity. It's a tremendous book. It deals with this man's walk through atheism to Christianity, who during the Second World War wrote this book. Now, he was a professor at Oxford University, one of the most prestigious universities in the world. Now, the reason I read that book and I liked the book is because I'm a criminal lawyer. I was for many, many years. I've dealt with a lot of criminal jury trials and the reasonable doubt instruction, which is deals with moral certainty. And I was rarely morally certain about anything, and I certainly wasn't morally certain about Christianity. Also, I believe that you should look at it from the other side before you accept anything. And I had never met any card-carrying certified atheists in my life. And I knew C.S. Lewis was a professor at Oxford, smart guy, and he approached his walk to Christianity through logic and philosophy. And he got there by waking up one night going, what if I'm wrong? That's an interesting question to ask yourself. So being the guy, the intellectual that he was, he decided to examine that just to make sure his atheism was correct. I learned what atheism really was. Atheism means we're just breaking out the booze and having a ball during this life because nothing matters. There is no right or wrong, really. And when you die, you're dead. And if he's wrong, he thinks, uh-oh, maybe eternity lasts a long time. Where am I going to be? So he looked at it. He found his way to Christianity through there. The second book is this book here, which was written recently, the last few years, is I Don't Have Enough Faith to Be an Atheist. And this is written by a guy named Geisler and a guy named Turek. And it approaches the same problem, who came at it from a scientific standpoint. And the way they handled it was they wanted to examine every argument against Christianity from a scientific viewpoint, from both the atheist perspective and the Christian's perspective. I think they, just from the title, realized that Christianity is the only right thing to think about. So what's that got to do with Parkinson's, you might ask? Is because it gives me an out date. I have an out date now. This body of mine is not real good with Parkinson's. Once you become a Christian, you know where you're going the second that you die. And your body is being left behind, but your soul is going immediately to heaven. And I'm convinced, not just beyond a reasonable doubt and to a moral certainty of that, I'm convinced way beyond that. I'm just certain of it, completely certain of it. And when I got Parkinson's, you know very quickly that this body that you have isn't as much fun to have anymore as it used to be. And you'd like to have a new one, or not have this one at all. It's not that I'm anxious to die, it's just that I don't fear it at all anymore. And when it comes, I know that when I get to heaven, I'm not going to have Parkinson's. So I commend these 2 books to you. We'll talk about it. I'll respond to your emails. And that is what I think is best for all of us. Thank you.